Welcome to my new old house. First thing I'm gonna have to do is put a working lock on the front door. It's nice and warm in here. So this is the foyer. These are the stairs that go up to the second level where the bedrooms are. To ahead of us is the dining room slash family room, parlor or living room, formal living room. To the right of me is the library. So might as well start with this one. And for some reason I cannot turn the heat down. It's pretty warm in here. These windows are beautiful throughout the house. And when I say beautiful, it will need paint, but they're just nice size. And this is going to be my office. It has wood paneling, which I'm planning to keep, but I will obviously paint it. This room is gonna be velvet red, most likely at this point. That's what I'm thinking. And I am going to keep the shelving, except I'm gonna put some trims on it. That's gonna make it look like it's expensive. And of course it will get painted. Most likely it's gonna be either black or very dark brown. The window trims, I'm not sure what color they're gonna be. Most likely black as well. Or some kind of green, I don't know yet, but the wall's gonna be nice and dark red. Here's the fireplace. I'm gonna keep it probably this simple as it is. I'm not gonna trim it out with any additional features. And this is the original wood, as far as I can tell. I may paint the brick or cover this with marble. I'm not sure yet. So it doesn't close. So that's why this is here, so it doesn't have a lot of air coming in, cold air. And it has a nice shelving up here. So as far as the fireplace surround, it's probably going to be also black. I don't know. I may have to introduce some colors other than just red and black. So again, color is going to be the hardest part to figure out. I may put up a copper ceiling. I think that will look really good in this room. And when I put that up, that's going to hold up the plaster. So most likely I don't have to replace big pieces of plaster in the process. So it looks really nice. We're going to close this because we don't want people to look in here at night, and we're going to have the light on. Although I have to get a light bulb because it's out at this moment. So going across into the parlor, again another fireplace, and this also have an issue with opening the flue, I think. It's not connected. The other one is totally missing it, but I am planning to restore and make them usable. And of course, this also has similar surround that you saw in the library, except someone painted this white. Now there's going to be a lot of lead paint, I'm pretty sure. And that's why I don't want to scrape anything right now, but you can see that it's already peeling, and it was a really bad paint job they did anyway. So this will have to be scraped and repainted. I'm thinking I'm gonna paint this to look like fake marble, and I'm gonna probably put some more accents on it, some kind of other features. I'm not sure. I'm gonna make it simple because it's the original, and maybe I don't need to mess with that. As you can see, there are beautiful windows again. Everything's gonna have to be scraped and repainted, especially because some of these windows don't close. They just don't meet there. So I'm assuming because maybe we have to replace maybe some of these cords, or because they need to be scraped, so they have more room down there to, if we sand it, we have more room to go down because it's just a single hung. So this is stationary on the top, and this moves as far as I can tell. But they're very nice window wells. You can sit here if you want. You can just sit here and look out the window. Say hi to your neighbors. I love this place, I really do. So let's keep looking. There's a radiator that's for some reason is disconnected. And I'm not sure if I need to restore this, put it back, get a new one. I'm not sure if I want to mess with that, but I do like the radiator heat, and this one is working, matter of fact. And then I have these pipes that go upstairs, but there are no more radiators upstairs, and you'll see that, so I'm gonna remove those. Long term there will be central or some kind of heat and AC, but not this year because I have to budget everything else that I have to do. They did leave me the piano. Can't wait to tune that up and enjoy that. And I do need to get a new chandelier. So what I'm gonna do with this room is mostly gonna be the painting. I don't want it white or whatever color this is. And just scrape the trims down and repaint the trims. Get the windows nice so they can be closed and opened appropriately. There are a couple of build-ins that I think I like. I'm gonna keep them. Probably gonna paint them some kind of dark color. Probably not black, but some dark green. And on that note, I'm gonna paint the walls probably this really rich yellow, I'm thinking, but I'm still thinking. So the colors are still to be determined, of course. One thing I wanted to do is all the doors gonna be the same color regardless of which room they're in. I like to make them universal, and you can see that these are some thick walls. I have these big old houses with thick all brick walls. They're just amazing, I think. So here is actually a key for the old lock. So I want to make that old lock working, but I feel like instead of having this, I'm just gonna put a deadbolt. And as you can see, I can see through the keyhole. So I'm gonna try to restore this lock. I would have to take it apart and service it and see if I can restore it. If not, I'm gonna replace it with something very similar. And this is the doorbell that you heard me ringing. And of course I'm gonna keep that, but definitely repainting. Look at those nice windows on the top of the door. I don't know if it actually opens, but that would be nice to open, you know, warm summer night. The hobby is gonna be some lighter color, but it's gonna be definitely not white or beige. It will be some kind of bright color. And of course, the door's gonna be repainted. They used to have something here, probably a mirror. And maybe that's what I'm gonna put there. I actually been buying some accessories and small furnitures to fill this house. I have another big mirror that probably I'm going to put right there or over the fireplace. It's a round mirror, so I'm not sure if that's what I want there or if I want a square mirror right there or I want a big painting there. So many decisions to be made and I need all your help. So coming through this hallway, again, here's another radiator, working radiator. I'm gonna note that. And here's a little closet that I think I'm gonna use as coat closet probably, slash storage. And I don't know what was leaking here because this is just the stairs or there are like some pipes, I don't know, but it's dry now. And again, here are the pipes that go upstairs that again, not doing anything. And there are some wires. So I have to figure all this out, how to clean this up nicely and make it a usable space. At least the lock does work. Not sure if we have keys for any of these. And similarly have a lock here for the dining room that we're gonna pass through. And by the way, all these rooms I showed you so far has the original floor, I think. And what we're gonna do to the floors is fill the gaps, do a little light sanding. We're not gonna sand it down to the wood. Restain anything that has patchy areas where the stain may have been already faded. Restain those and then reseal the floors. So they're gonna be kind of rough looking, yet they're gonna look clean and nice. Like this is kind of needs to be a little bit bleached or restained and or sanded, but this type of spots I'm gonna clean up. And of course I'm gonna fill in all the holes on the floor that's not gonna be used for anything. I really like that baseboard, nice chunky baseboards. And they had to do that because that's where your wires are running and that's where your plugs are. And I'm gonna have to go around and see what plugs I have to replace, if any. As you can see, this door has been rubbing probably, and it doesn't really close, which doesn't matter because this is just a pass-through between the living room and the dining room. It's not the highest priority to make that work, but definitely at one point I will work on that. It's a nice old switch plate. Definitely want to keep that. So that's about the floor I talked to you about. And then here we are in the dining room, I call it. This will be my dining room, but it could be used for family room. And the rooms that we have seen so far, the living room and the library, they're all the same size. And this is actually the same size too, except it's flipped the other way. Okay, so they're all, I believe they're all 15 by 21 or 15 by 20, one of those. I do have the layout somewhere which has the numbers when they did the appraisal. They measured everything. Love the bay windows. There's bay windows down here and above in one of the bedrooms. And interestingly enough, we found out that this built-in is really just built for a record player. So you had your records, and then in here you would put in your record player, and there's actually a little window that opens up here, or a little door that opens up, and when you want to use your record player, you would load your records from here. And we did find some extra records. Some we took already, some books in there that was left for us, I guess. Souvenir. As you can see, the plaster, the original plaster probably, but over here we have wallpaper, and of course that's gonna have to come off. We don't know what we're gonna find under that, but potentially we're gonna have plaster issues where we have to patch things up, which I expect. Again, have some pipes going to nowhere. Those will have to be removed. They left me also this little china cabinet. I let them leave it because I might want to keep it. I'll look at it. It doesn't look too bad. I may want to stain it a little bit, but not sure I like the color. But we'll see. It even has the key. I think it would be good to put liquor in it. You can lock it up from the kids. Okay, so here's the fireplace that they actually have an insert in, and this is working properly as far as I know. And I really don't like the surround, and I don't think that was the original surround. And we have these fake doors here, for example, that just leads to the brick. So this is the brick wall, and I think if I take all this off, I'm gonna have just brick all the way up, meaning that I need to do something with that, whether I'm gonna drywall it or paint it. I definitely would like to keep it as is with the insert. I feel like that's safer than an open fireplace, and it would look nice in this room once this whole paneling is removed and figured out as to what to do with all the brick. There is a door out to the porch. We're gonna keep that one. Obviously we want to go out to the porch, and also we can come through here from the driveway to bring in groceries instead of having to go through the front. And right now the front doesn't even have a walkway, and that's another big task for me to do. Again, we have the original radiators. I'm gonna have to figure out how to adjust the temperatures on these. I do want to keep the radiators, at least for now. There's a third one, and there's another door to the other side of the house. Again, I'm keeping that because that's where my garden's gonna be. So there are two doors in this to go outside, and then one door goes to the hallway and the other door goes to the living room. It's gonna be sort of like a beachy blue color. I don't know how to describe it because there are just so many different shades I like, so I have to figure out which shade I'm gonna go with. As far as the chandelier, I kind of starting to like it, but it feels like it needs maybe covers, shades. And I want to see if I can actually shine it up a little bit or just leave it the way it is. I don't know, it looks so cheap as it is right now. I want to make it look a little fancier, but still not too modern. It's going to be a blend of old and new. So I'm going to try to bring in some modern, some mid-century modern. I'm going to have very modern, also furnishing from the period as well. And there's a building that I haven't decided if I want to keep or not because I'm not digging it too much, and I think I'm going to take it out because it doesn't fit in this room, I think. So my only limitation is really what's under there. Do I have floor under there? How am I going to fix up the floor for the missing piece? And then of course I would have to fix the trim as well. So it's not on the top of my list, but I kind of don't like it. I guess maybe if I take out some of the shelves and I paint it the same color as the room, maybe I'm gonna like it more. Stay tuned for that and let me know in the comments what you think. going to the kitchen. So I'm actually working on this Texas saloon door, I guess I call it. I'm taking it down, and that's one of the first thing I'm gonna do. But here we are in the kitchen. In the kitchen, we do have a door also out to the porch. But since we also have a door to the porch through the dining room, I'm gonna actually close this totally. Put a wall here. And we have this beautiful window that never been opened, or will it open? I don't know. We'll take a look, but I don't see a lock on it. So that's to be determined. And it's gonna have a little table here, not this table obviously. This is just a temporary table for us to put stuff on that I still need to put the legs on. I brought this from my home where I had this in the basement and I was gonna throw it out anyway, so we'll use it here just so we can sit down somewhere while we're working on the house. This door, when it's taken out, the frame and everything, I'm gonna reuse it somewhere else. So I definitely love the door. I love the fact that you can split open it, so you can open just the top, for the summer breeze to come through. But if the window can open, you can do that there as well. So I'm gonna preserve this door. If I can't really put it anywhere, then I can sell it. Someone would love it. So this is where a little bistro table gonna be for breakfast. But then this kitchen, the whole thing, is kind of forget what you see, because it's all gonna be gutted and redesigned. And the way I want this to look like basically is you're gonna have the fridge here on this side. This side is totally eliminated, and then I'm gonna have an island going this way, coming out all the way here, because that's where the wall ends. So I'm gonna be island here. The counters here is gonna come out all the way here. So I am making the kitchen bigger, but I'm gonna have a passway to get into the kitchen this way, leaving still a passway here where the fridge is, going that way. So the window is gonna be visible, and also I can go through here to get upstairs as well, because there is another stairway going up to one of the bedrooms. So this part is gonna be taken all out. So this will be the walkway. And here's another window with the radiator and a little nook to sit on. And the new sink's gonna be also here by the window, just as it is now. There's the view to my new garden. Beautiful. And that thing on the top is just really to vent the suction. That's all it does. So this whole thing on the top, I'm gonna take down, and I'm gonna have cabinets almost all the way, or maybe all the way to the ceiling. And we still gonna have to measure the ceiling. I think it's 10 feet tall, but I haven't verified that. So while we at it, I got this little toy that allows me to, it's a laser measure. So let's see. Okay, so now it's gonna measure from the bottom. All right, so we have to go down to the floor. It's gonna measure from the floor up to the ceiling. Let's see. So it's only about 8.7 I thought it was 10 feet. And let's measure the kitchen, because I never had a good measurement of the kitchen from this point to over there. That's 12.3 feet. And then we're gonna also measure from here to about there. That's 10.8 feet. So that's gonna be our measurement for the new layout that I'm gonna work on sooner than later. There is a little pantry, just shelves. Again, this whole thing is sort of the chimney part of this setup. So this will be great for what it is. It's pantry. And of course, I forget to say, this floor obviously not the original, so this will be replaced to be similar to the rest of the house. This door goes down to the basement. We're not going to go to the basement. Through this little opening here is what I call the laundry room. This was an add-on, looks like, at one point. So we got their old washer and dryer that's gonna go. I kind of like these shelves here. I'm gonna leave them with the hangers and over there too. That side I like. What I don't like right now is this door here, because we also have a door here to the outside, and this goes to the back. So since I have side doors in the dining room, I want a back door from this little addition. This is where the old door going down to the basement, to the outside. Here's some kind of enclosure that I'm gonna take down. They probably used to have trash cans here and stuff, but I don't need that. I'm gonna keep the trash can in the garage. And I'm gonna get rid of most of these things except this one. I don't know if that radiator still works or not. I haven't tested it yet. And then of course I'm gonna keep the sink here. I actually may just keep the sink the way it is. I don't even care. This is for, washing your paintbrushes and stuff. It's perfect for that. But I'm getting rid of all these cabinets. I may put up some shelves, and I'm getting rid of these cabinets here. I just don't need this much storage space, and I want to make it open up more. And on that side, where I have those big windows, I'm gonna set up like a little greenhouse for my seedlings when I grow them for the garden. So it's gonna be a really nice spot for them to grow. And probably I'll get rid of these as well, or maybe I'll just get rid of the doors. It's venting out to the basement. I guess that will work. Whatever they have done before, if it worked for them, it will work for me. Okay, so that's, and then here's a little bathroom that I'm cleaning right now, the toilet, so I can use it because it's really nasty. This bathroom, I have like a little closet thing in here, which I don't get, and I don't need, so I'm gonna take this out totally. This is just a toilet. It's not like you're gonna store big stuff in here. And then I just have to move this off it, and the toilet paper holder is going to be on the other side. But I also am removing some of this stuff, like I don't need the shelving here. I think that's there because they used to have radiators here. And this side is just, I feel like, doesn't need again so much space for storage. So what I'm gonna do is get rid of all this. All this I'm gonna get rid of. And I'm gonna put the sink maybe toward the corner. And then I will have this space, which I'm gonna think about what to do with. But it seems like this is not working out for me, this layout. Plus, not crazy about the tiles. I'm gonna redo the floor eventually. I may just replace the toilet, I don't know. See how far I can go with the cleaning. Definitely the toilet seat will get replaced at minimum. And of course, it will need to be painted, or do I leave it like that? What do you guys think? I kind of like this wallpaper. So if you say you like it, I'm gonna actually keep it. Let me know about it in the comment. Bathroom. Next to the fireplace in the kitchen, it's like a wood storage. And then I have the shelves above that. I may just make this into a full-length storage instead of having storage for the wood. Although I do want to use this fireplace as well. And I believe it works. I just need to replace the seal. I can't get rid of it because of the chimney, so I can't really just demolish all this, which would give me a lot more space. But small kitchen is not a bad thing actually. Less to clean, and if there's only one cook in the kitchen anyway, it doesn't matter. So right now we have these ceiling fans because there's no AC in this building. I can do a couple of things with these, either match them up at least, have the same kind, make it more modern probably, or not have a fan in the kitchen, just lights. Okay. So this is everything down here. Let's go upstairs. We can go two different ways, the main hall or go upstairs with the back from the kitchen. I'm gonna take the grand staircase. I really love this. I don't know if it's original or not, but it sure is in good shape. And it's nice. I even like the color. I may just have to clean it up a little and polish it. This railing up here, I'm gonna take that down before we start painting. I just don't need it. You really just need one-sided handles. We're gonna take the carpet up. We may put a new carpet up, down. Will all depend on how I like the stairs. I kind of like the wood stairs, but definitely this carpet has to go because it's kind of smelly. So the first thing we hit up on the top of the stairs is a bedroom. And this bedroom has the bay windows. Okay. And it actually opens up into another bedroom, which we're going to take a look later. But my plan is actually to block this off, eliminate this door. Okay, so we have the nice bay window looking again to the garden side and to my neighbor. And the neighbor actually used to live here. This was all their land. She grew up here. Looks like there was some picture or something up there. And then we have these cabinets, which makes no sense to me, so obviously these will be removed. And probably we'll put it in the garage. or just give it away. It looks like somebody's leftover cabinets. And then we have these shelves. There's something behind there. They forgot one of their pictures that they took off the walls. So this little room, this is not huge, but would be nice for a little gym or one of the guest rooms. I haven't decided what this is gonna be, but one thing I wanted to do is close that off because that's where you come in. There, I don't get this having connections between bedrooms other than in the hotel. However, this closet here, I'm gonna punch through because I will show you what's on the other side. Keep you in suspense. If we go through this way on the other side, this will take us into what currently I refer to as a den, but this used to be also a bedroom. But then they put all these built-ins, closets, which I'm getting rid of. This whole thing is gone. So this will be kind of a sitting room. However, what I wanted to point out and why I want the other room to pass through the closet is because right now this bathroom here has 2 doors. This door stays, you have to get into the bathroom somehow. And again, it's a redo. This will be all redone, most of it, I feel. I'll see if I want to at least, yeah, this is pretty cheap looking. So yeah, that's going to be replaced. Probably that will be replaced. It's cute how you have these little cubbies, which I may keep. So what I was going to get rid of also is this door, because now I'm coming through the bathroom, I end up in another bedroom. So this is the bedroom that you end up when you come upstairs from the kitchen. So obviously right now, the only way to pass through to the main house is through this bathroom. So this door will be eliminated. And remember how we were in the bay window room and I said through the closet? We're gonna cut through. I don't know where that's gonna end up, but it's probably gonna be right here, I'm thinking. So whatever that might be, we'll have to go through that room versus the bathroom. I'd rather do that than going through a bathroom to get to the main house. This has lots of windows as well and a built-in, and I'm keeping that built-in. I think I'm good with that, only because I think it covers some old. Oh, this is where the radiator used to be, maybe. But we'll think about that, and definitely view to the garden. Right there, the future garden. The windows are dirty and peeling. There is some leakage up, I think. This was wet last time we were here, so we have to take a look at this chimney. Although the roof is fairly new, I think 3 or 4 years old, something is wrong with that flashing on the chimney. Okay, so this actually goes out to this balcony, this door, so that's pretty nice. And I mentioned that from previous videos that there will be some houses built right here. So I will have neighbors. My yard on this side ends where that fallen tree is approximately. And this bedroom has its own bathroom that also will have to be redone, although I kind of like the floor, but I have to see when I take out this broken crappy cabinet what's under there. Is there floor? And I don't even mind this blue, the blue tiles. I almost feel like I might want to keep the blue tiles, unless I have to replace the bathtub, which I haven't looked at much. I think I just have to recaulk and redo the drain. And I have to see what shape this is in. I almost feel like I'm gonna keep this bathtub. And if I keep the bathtub, I can keep the tiles, which are in great shape. The toilet will have to be looked at because I was told it's rocky. And will be a nice mirror here, and replacing this light fixture. And that's where the heating is, but there's also a baseboard heater down there. None of these bathrooms, I guess, have exhausts. So we'll have to look at that. That's something we need to install. I call this the maid's room or the nanny's room because it comes from the kitchen. Or maybe this used to be the master bedroom of the folks who lived here. But anyway, a lot of work to be done. Is this bathtub still good? I haven't looked close enough, but definitely it has modernish mix valve. Definitely the wallpaper has to go. I mean, it's peeling everywhere, plus it's ugly. I just need one usable bathroom first, and then we can start working on other things. Now, this den that we came through earlier is a little dippy, so we're gonna have to figure out if that dippiness is a big deal. And the way you would probably approach that is taking up the floor here and support it, because definitely, if you look at here, it's a little slanted. And maybe that's how it was always. And, you know, if it has been that way for 100 years, then why bother? Yeah, here's another door to the balcony. Nice balcony with nice view. It's gonna be excellent. And we have baseboard heaters everywhere. So even if I get some kind of central AC, I probably will still keep these baseboard heaters because I kind of like the radiated heat rather than the blown air heat. So from the den, interestingly, another closet with no lights, and it goes up. And it has plywood on it here, because I think this used to be a wall here, I feel like. But at any rate, here's the closet, which is very awkward. But look at that over there. That is an old opening to the bedroom that's going to be my bedroom. And I'm going to revive this opening. I'm going to reopen it. Because what I'm thinking is I might want to have a pass through here to the den and to the balcony. This closet is totally useless to me. Okay, so let's go to what I already claimed as my bedroom, because I think it's the nicest room of all, and I'll show you why. So it's the top of the stairs. Here we are, looking out to the front. Still snow on the top of the porch. Here is my room. And I kind of like the wallpaper, but no, that's gonna go, seriously. But initially I might just keep the wallpaper while I'm sleeping here and working on things, not staying permanently, just, if I need to stay overnight, I would stay here. Look at this shiny thing. Yeah, that has to go. So remember that opening I was just pointing to earlier? This is it. It's just a mirror that was nailed to the opening. So this will be easy to open up. It totally makes no sense to me the way it is. And then there's a built-in that, again, I'm gonna keep, and mainly because I don't know what's underneath as far as the floor goes. Is it going all the way? And it's not a bad thing. I mean, other than people been burning on it something. It just has to be painted to kind of blend in with the wall. And then next to this chimney again, these cubbies that I adore. There are more cubbies, and then there are some electricity that's gonna have to be resolved. And this is one of the storm windows, but where does it belong? Doesn't belong here. I don't know. Again, it definitely needs to be scraped, multiple layers. This will be fun. And I may just replace these cords. I mean, they kind of painted over it. I don't know how functional they are. I mean, I can pull on the weight, which is good. Can it be closed? Missing the other side of the lock. So some of these locks I'm just going to replace. And make sure that it will open. I'm going to be filling in these holes. This is the old radiator hole. And remember, we were downstairs and I pointed out that these will be removed, those particular pipes that don't do anything because there's no more radiators. Now we have the baseboard heaters. Again, I'm going to keep those. I might paint them, but I'm going to keep them. And that big one is enough for this whole room. Again, I'm going to have to repair the floor here. Probably just put new floorboard. Just a couple of pieces. I know how to do that, so look at this room. It's so beautiful, isn't it? And then I have a beam on the top. Don't know what that does, but we'll figure it out. And we'll need a new chandelier, and or maybe I'm gonna put in a ceiling fan. A bedroom usually better have a ceiling fan, I think, even if you have AC going. But the best part also is this wall here, the shape of the wall. I like that it's not just square. Yep, I love it, I love it, I love it. This is my future bedroom. So because of this gonna be my future bedroom, I will be definitely working on this first to make it at least clean and have the windows situated where I can open windows if I need to. And then I work on the other bedrooms that are just all extra. So here's the fourth, or maybe the fifth bedroom, I don't know, because the den is almost a bedroom, really. And the floor here will have to be restained here. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's like something was spilled. Same kind of scenario where you have the chimney coming up from below. So we are on the front above the library. That's the library fireplace chimney. Here's the front of the house. I have to go and clean out some of these gutters. But look at the paint, how much it's peeling. And It has not been maintained for many years, so it's gonna need my special touches. Call this the blue room. But this has 2 closets and some cubbies up there too. So again, what I said earlier is that I'm gonna try to close that door, close it off. And maybe what I'm gonna do is put a wall right here, and then this will be maybe the closet for that, or let's see. There's so many things I'm gonna think about. So I can maybe do this as a closet. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, I need to turn down the temperature. It's getting warm in here. Oh, it's only on 50. Okay, well, this is missing any kind of lock. So we have actually seen all the rooms on the 1st and 2nd level. We have not been to the basement or in the attic, and we're not going to go there until we really have to. When I go and sweep up at least, because there are some dirt and I don't like it, even if I don't ever see it. So I'll see you next time.